We'll start. Namaste. रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हारितोऽयब्दभो रामा वियोगेन घवायुजः तं रुमामहितोपेता मोदोऽसारज्ञरामयः। रसादो मोक्तापेतो हिममारुतं जो युवा घनगेयो विमाराभोद यतोरिहा भानुभानुत भावामा सदा मोद परोहतं तं हतामरसाभाक्षोतिराता कृतवासविं विंसवातकृतारातिक्षोभासारमताहतं तं हरोपदमोदासमावाभात तनु भानुभाः आभा tanubhanubaha. We were midway through the final portions of this 24th shloka. We were looking at some of the references. So I'll go over the references in Harivamsha Puranam, where he talks about the greatness of Garuda here. So the Anuloma Padyam, the Pratiloma Padyam, let me go over the Bhavartha a bit of the Anuloma Padyam, and then we will go into the Pratiloma Padyam references, then go into the Bhavartha. So Bhanu Bha Nuta Bha Vama Sadamoda Paraha Hatam Tam Ha Tamarasabha Kshot Abhakshaha Atirata Akrita Vasavim. So Vasavim Hatam Akrita Yaha Ramaha Tam Vasavim Hatam Akrita. So this talks about Vali Vadha here. Rama killed Vali. How was Rama? Bhanu Bha Nuta Bhaha. Bhanoho Bhaha Suryasya Kantihi Ramasya Kantim Pranamati Nuta Bhaha Yasya Kantihi Suryasya Kantina Namyateti. So the Surya's luster is much lesser than Rama, so it seems as if the luster or the light of Surya is doing namaskaram to Rama here. So Rama Tejas is much more than Surya Kanti. And then Vama Sadamoda Paraha, one who always gives happiness to Sita. This killing of Vali Vadha, the killing of Vali becomes the instrument for Rama to gain the trust of Sugriva and the entire army of Sugriva. So he ended up going to Lanka, killing Ravana and getting back Sita. So giving Sita her happiness. So Sada Vama Atra Sita. Sundari Stri iti. So Sitayaha Anandajanakaha. And this Vali Hananam becomes a sadhanam there. So Vama Sadamoda Paraha. Also Tamarasa Bhakshaha. His eyes are like Pankajam. Pankajalochanaha Saha. Atirata. He also gives a lot. He killed Vali and gave the entire Rajyam along with Druma to Sugriva. What did he do? Tam Vasavim. He killed Vali, who is the son of Indra. Okay. This is the Anuloma Padyam Bhavartha. In the Pratiloma Padyam, we saw that Krishna Garudam Rakshati iti. So Vainateya Rakshanam Atra Uktam. So it also says that Hara Upadamaha. So that is where we were stopped in between. That is, it suddenly got cut off. The call got cut off when we were looking at Hara Upadamaha, the Padam, where it says Krishna controlled Shiva in the battle. And Vyakhyata gives the reference of Banasura Yuddham. In Harivamsha Purana, first Indra talks about how you should not approach Garuda at all. And the Garuda has the protection of Krishna right now. So, Nasannam Abhigantavyam Garudasya Kathanchana. Do not even try to venture near Garuda. Both of you stand beside me, he tells Jayanta and Pravara, the Brahmana who comes to help. So, Balamanesha Patatam Raja cha Vinatasutaha. Raja cha Vinatasutaha. He is also the king of all the Patatam, all the birds. He is Vinata's son and extremely Balavan. Also, not only that he has Vishnu's protection, but it is also he himself has established himself. He has established himself as the best among the birds. So Dakshine Chaivya Sabhye cha Parshve Mama Dhrita Yudhau Ubhau Sthitau Yudhyamanam Mameva Hi Prapashyata. Both of you just stand on both of my sides and protect me. Right? And then he started throwing arrows on Garuda. We saw that also. Atha Indraha Garudam Banaihi Maha Ashani Samaswanaihi Divyadha Sarvagatreshu Maha Astra Pravaraihi Tatha Satan Banan Aganayan Vainateyaha Pratapavan. Garuda being attacked by Indra, he did not even think about Indra's arrows at all. He directly went to Samaireva Yuddham Shobhate iti. Vivahascha Vivadascha Samayoreva Shobhate. So both marriage and Vivada, an argument or a fight, it shines only between equals. You try not to do it among. So here it is like as if Garuda is trying to tell Indra, see, you're waging a war which is not correct. I should be fighting Airavata, not you. Right? So only when the master is incapacitated does the Vahanam or the Sarathi starts fighting. Until then, they have their equal to fight with. That is a Yuddha Dharmam here. So Saha Shakra Nagam Abhimukaha Jataha. So he went and faced Shakra Naga, that is the elephant of Indra. Now this Banasura Yuddham is has its reference in both in many Puranas. It has its reference in Harivamsha Puranam also, in Bhagavatam. In Shiva Purana, it is described in detail in 2-3 chapters about Banasura's Yuddham. The context is Banasura was a great Shiva devotee. He has 1,000 arms because of praying to Shiva, doing tapas. He gets 1,000 arms, and then he fights everybody. He goes to the Yuddham with the Devas and he defeats the Devas. He sees that there is nobody equal to him in this world. So what he does is, he goes again back to Shiva and says, create someone. My arms, the யாரையாவது போய் சண்டை போடணும் துடிக்கிறதுமோ. In English, in Tamil we say that. அப்படியே வந்து கொதிக்கிறது, I'm itching to fight. So that's how he was. So Banasura was a person who was itching to battle with someone or the other. He couldn't find anybody his equal in the entire universe. So he went and complained to Shiva. Listen, you gave me these 1,000 arms. Now what do I do with this? There is no equal person who can fight with me right now. So what do I do? Now Shiva got a little upset. See, I have given you a varam. You don't complain about it right now. So now that you're complaining, it's time to put down your arrogance. So that shows an arrogance or a pride. You're not happy with what you have been given, what you have been bestowed upon. So Shiva then curses him, saying, because of your arrogance, there will be a person who will come and fight you and defeat you and kill you in battle. Okay? Shiva, being the person who has given this, both the boon and the curse, he cannot go and fight directly and kill Banasura. So that's the, some Loka Niyati works there and he cannot do it. So, I think in Raghuvamsha, he says, not Raghuvamsha, Kumarasambhavam, when Tarakasura was supposed to be, he was ruling the entire world, Brahma gives this reason. He says, Swayam Chettum Asampratam. Vishavrukshopi Sambardhya. Vishavrukshopi Sambardhya Swayam Chettum Asampratam. Even if it is a poisonous tree that I have grown with my own hands, it is not proper for me to kill it. Now, because I have nurtured it with my own hands, I cannot kill it, is what Brahma says. So there should be another person who comes in to kill. The same method is applied here also, where Shiva has given the boons to Banasura, and it is not proper. Swayam Chetam Asampratam. Asampratam Nama Ayuktam. It is not appropriate for me to kill the person whom I have given birth to, kind of. Hence, Krishna, with his son, had to come there and create one drama of Usha Parinayam. I'm not sure how many of you know this story. Let me give a brief of that. That's why, see, if the Vyakhyata had not mentioned Banasura, then we wouldn't have had to go into this big story. Anyway, so Usha is the daughter of Banasura. Aniruddha, Manmatha's avataram, who is Aniruddha, is also Krishna's son. He goes to Usha's palace, and I think there is another thing there. He was swallowed by a fish, and then the fish enters into Banasura's kitchen. When the fish opens up, is cut open, the child comes out. Usha, the daughter of Banasura, she brings up that child, and then as it grows into a beautiful man, which is Aniruddha, and then she falls in love with him. He then goes away. He escapes and goes to Krishna again, or something like that. I forget that section there. And then Usha draws a picture. Chitralekha, who is Usha's Sakhi, she takes it to Narada. Narada takes it to Krishna. Then Aniruddha also realizes that he loves Usha. He comes here. He lives with her in Banasura's palace. Now Banasura realizes that his daughter has betrayed him and fallen in love with Aniruddha, and that she is living with him in the palace itself. Now, then Krishna comes to release Aniruddha when there is a huge fight between the two of them. Now, this is the starting point of where Banasura's curse is going to act. And he was also itching for a battle. Krishna is the best opponent to fight with, so they both fight. When the fight becomes, as it increases, it is Banasura prays again to Shiva, and Shiva appears there on behalf of Banasura to fight with Krishna. So I am mixing two Puranas here. One is Bhagavatam and Shiva Purana. Okay. Yes, I think Aniruddha is Krishnasya Pautraha. I am sorry. Yes, so Krishna's son is Pradyumna, and then Aniruddha. So this Aniruddha, to release Aniruddha, Krishna comes along with Pradyumna and fights with Banasura. Now Banasura prays to Shiva. Shiva comes there to protect Banasura. In a way, he is actually protecting his own boon. Now, when the fight happens between the two of them, Brahma appears there, and then Brahma appears. Okay, fine. Yes, Brahma appears there and he says, you have to do something about this. Krishna, both of them, you cannot fight like this, because the Bhumi is completely bowed down by the weight of the two of you. Yeah. So Pradyumna, I keep confusing between Pradyumna and Aniruddha. I think it is Pradyumna who married Usha. Banasura Prahita Pannaga Bandha Mokshas Tadbahu Darpadalanad Ushaya Cha Yogaha Pradyumnino. Sorry, correct. Yes. So Pradyumnino, this is in Durga Chandrakala Stuti, where Usha prays to Devi, and then Devi appears to kill Banasura. That is another section also. So how many people killed Banasura? Is it Shiva? Is it Krishna, or is it Devi? So everybody has a role to play in the killing of Banasura right now. Okay. So Pradyumna is the one who fell in love with Usha. Correct. Not Aniruddha. Now, going back to the fight between Krishna and Shiva, Bhumi could not bear the weight of the two of them. So Brahma appears there and tells them, listen, you cannot fight like this. The Bhumi Bharam keeps increasing. She cannot tolerate, the three worlds cannot tolerate this. So then Krishna prays to Shiva. He says, you appointed me to kill Banasura. Now what do you want me to do? You are coming and stopping your own curse. See, his curse, the curse that you have given is that he will be fought again, he will fight against a worthy warrior, and he will be killed by that person. The only person who can kill Banasura right now is me, unless you want to kill him. Except for the Trimurti, nobody else. Brahma will never involve himself in all this fight. So, Shiva, you have to kill, or I have to kill. Now, what is the solution here? Now, then Shiva realizes that, okay, this is a situation that was created by me, so I have to solve this whole thing. So, Krishna actually prays to Shiva there, and he says, Twadagnyaya aham bhagavana banatos chettum agataha. I have come here to cut off his arms right now. You told me don't kill him, so then he says, Nivartasva ranat deva. You move away from this battle. Tvat shapaha vritha na bhavet. Your curse should not become useless or futile in this matter. So give me permission to cut off his arms. Then Shiva, he was very pleased, and he says, at my command, you put the Jrimbanastra on me. This is Satyam Uktam Paya, Maya Shaptaha Daityaha. I gave him a curse, so you have to cut off his arms, but don't kill him. That is another thing there. So, Kim Karomi, he says, Ataha Tvam Jrimbanastrena Mam Jrimbaya Madagnyaya. Tatastvam Kuru Karyam Swam Yatheshtam Cha Sukhi Baba. So, you take the Jrimbhanastra, which is like a Mohanastram, and throw it on me so that I will be completely, me and my ganas, all of my entire army will be in a slumber, in a sleep. So we will all be sleeping and you can kill Banasura. So he gives the permission, and then the shloka comes in. Vijrumbhanam nama sopi astram jagraha purushottamaha haram sanjrumbhayamasa kshiprakari mahabalaha. Now then Krishna throws the Jrimbhanastra on Shiva, which makes him a little calm down so that he is unaware of the battle that is going on. And then Krishna cuts off all of his arms except for 2. So he cut off 998 arms there. Now this was also prompted by Devi when Usha prayed to Devi, and that Shakti went into Krishna to kill Bana, or to cut off Banasura's arms. So all the Shakti and Shiva along with the Krishna, they all work towards killing Banasura. So that's why you will have different version. Banasura prahita pannagabandha mokshaha. So that is one aspect. So she is the killer of Parvati, or Devi is the killer of Banasura. That comes in Devi Bhagavatam also. You have references in Lalita Sahasranamam also. These versions are there because at each point some Shakti has to work towards this. And then Pitamaha, the Brahma, he says, which indicates, this episode actually indicates that there is no difference between all the Shaktis here. Whether it is Hari or Hara. He says, Harancha Hari Rupena, Harimcha Hara Rupinam, Shankha Chakra Gadapanim Pitambara Dharam Haram. I have seen them in this manner, he says. Harim Hari Rupena. Haram Hari Rupena. I have seen Shiva in the form of Vishnu. And Harim Hara Rupinam. I have also seen Hari, Vishnu, in the form of Shiva. Shankha Chakra Gada Panim Pitambara Dharam Haram. I have seen Shiva having Shankha Chakra Gada Pani and wearing a Pitambara. Trishula Pattisha Dharam. I have seen Hari, Vishnu, wearing Gajacharma or Vyaghra Charma and with a Trishula. Garudastham cha Haram. I've seen Shiva sitting on Garuda and Vishnu sitting on Vrishabhadvaja. With Vishnu having a Vrishabha in his flag. So to show that there is no difference between Vishnu Swarupam and the Shiva Swarupam, this episode has come about. So many people interpret it in the format of, oh, Krishna is the best because he killed or he overpowered Shiva. This comes from the fact that we don't understand the tattvam behind all of these things. When you go to Sagunam, yes, you can have your favorites, you can play favorites, that's fine. But even in the same Purana, Vishnu Purana, Harivamsha Purana, you have this mention where both tattvams are the same. Okay. So now we will look at the bhavartha for this shloka. So vimsavata kritarati kshobhasara matahatam tam haropadamaha dasam ava abha tanu bhanubhaha. Krishna protected Garuda. Krishna Skanti made Surya's luster less, a little less. So Abha Tanu Bhanubhaha. Saha Banasura Yuddha Samaye Shivena Saha Yuddham Akarot Jayam Prapnot Ityasti, or you can take it as he controlled him using Jirambastra. Now that we have the background of the entire story, we know what this one word means. Hara Upadamaha. I always, I think that these stotras or any kavyam, these become like one pinhole for the huge canvas or landscape of Puranas. You have so many things, layers that go behind to understand what is this. Okay. And then Tasya Pakshi, he protected Vim Saha Ava. Right? I think, Vim Pakshinam Tam Saha Krishnaha Athava Saha Ekasavakakim Yatta Padumanuttamam iti uktam. So in that manner, Saha iti Vishnuhu ityeva, not Saha Taute. So this is more like Saha Vishnuhu. So Tasya Dasaha Tasya Dasam Tam Vim Ava, he protected that Pakshi, Garuda, who brought, he created trembling and weakness and destruction of all the desired in enemies with just the wind that comes from his Paksha. So, Vata Krita Arati Kshobha Asara Mata Ahatam. Matam, they are unable to think the moment the wind comes from Garuda's Paksha. They are unable to think at all. So everything is destroyed immediately upon the moment that Garuda's presence is there. Okay. So, evam nija vahanam arakshat ityuktam. Okay. With this, the 24th shloka is over. We will do the 25th also, and then at the end I will take up questions. Hamsaja Ruddha Balaja Parodara Subhajani Rajiravana Rakshora Vighataya Ramarayam Yam Ramarayata Ghaviro Rakshorana Yam Ramarayata Ghavirakshorana Varajira Nijabhasura Jala Baddharujasaham. In every padam you will find the letter Ra being used. There is an anuprasa of the letter Ra here. The chandas again is Anushtup. If you notice, Shashtham Guru Sarvatra should be there. So Padanam Shashtham Guru. The 6th letter should be a Guru letter. Whereas this seems to not follow that rule. This is also not a strict rule. There should be 8 letters to a padam. That's all. We have seen some differences in this. Hamsaja Aruddha Balaja. Hamsaja Aruddha Balaja. Parodara Subha can be treated as one word. Para Udara Subha. Or it can be treated as 2 different words. Para Udara Subha. Ajani. Raji. Ravana Raksho Ra Vighataya Rama Ara Yam. The Anvaya for this is Yam Ravana Raksho Ravighataya Rama Ara Akama Tam Tasmin Raji Hamsaja Aruddha Balaja Parodara Subha Ajani. Rama is our main karta here. Rama Yam Ara. Sa Rama Ajani. So Rama here refers to Lakshmi, right? So Lakshmi at this point is when Vali's killing happened, Jayalakshmi appeared in the Raja, in the king. That's all there is. So in the king here refers to Rama. So For what? Jayalakshmi came there, victory came to Rama in order to kill or in order to remove the heads of Ravana, who is a Rakshasa, who is going to come later. So, as I said in the earlier shloka, Valivadha becomes the Mukhya Sadhanam for Ravanavadha. So, that because he cleared his part of the promise, he could demand from Sugriva to do his part of the promise. Sugriva had conveniently forgotten. He was just being happy that he had gotten the Rajyam and all that, and Vali was killed. So he was very happy. Rama had to send Lakshmana there to threaten him to keep up his side of the promise. Right? But anyway, so Yam Ramam Ravana Vighataya. Ravana Vighataya would be fine, but we have two more words in between that we have to look at. Ravana Raksho Ra Vighataya. Ravanaha iti Rakshaha, Rakshasaha. So tasya Ram Shiraha. Ravana Raksho Ram. The removal of his head. Or heads, all of the heads maybe. So tasya Vighataya, in order to kill the head of the Rakshasa called Ravana. So this is a Ganga iti nadi, some Karmadharya, there is a name for it, I forget. Ravana iti Rakshaha, tasya Ram, his head, tasya Vighataha, tas tadartham, in order to remove the heads of Ravana, who is a Rakshasa. Yatu dhanav Punyajano Nairito Yatu Rakshasi. So Yatu and Rakshas, Yatu, Yatuni, Yatuni. This is also a Pullinga Padam for Rakshasa. Okay. Yeah. Sambhavana Purva Padam. Correct. Thank you. So Ravanaha iti Rakshasaha is a Sambhavana Purva Padam. Sakaranta Napunsakalinga Padam Rakshas, Rakshaha, Rakshasi, Rakshamsi. Ram iti, again in Ratnamala, Ra, we have seen the meaning of Rudhiram, Raktam, as in blood. Now we are seeing the meaning of head. Ram Klibe Rudhire Murdhani. For the sake of killing of Ravana, now Rama approached the king. Rama approached Rama. That king, in him, this Jayalakshmi was born. So, shloka as such is simple, but going with the words are very beautiful here. So, Rama Jayalakshmi Ara Prapa, she reached him. Tasmin Raji Ragni. So, this is a Jakaranta Pullinga Shabdaha. Raj, Rat Rajau Rajaha. I think we saw this again earlier also. So, Raji is in Saptami Ekavachanam. So, Tasmin Ragni or Tasmin Ripe, Sa Ajani. She was born. Who? Jayalakshmi was born. So, that is the victory. With the killing of Vali, now we know that it is going to be a direct victory path. That's all. So, he is not going to face any defeat in any of the actions that he is going to take from now on. So, Tasmin Raji Ragni. It's a very good reference here because I didn't take any reference for these shlokas. You can read the episode of Vali. Usually people go into a big debate about whether it was right on Rama's part to kill Vali or not. Very clearly he says, see, Bharata is ruling Kosala Desha, Ayodhya, okay? And these forest regions are part of his Rajyam. I have been appointed by Kaikeyi and Bharata to take care of this forest area. So I am a representative of the king right now. I'm also a king. Mrigaya or hunting is a given. It is a sport. It is a krida for kings. I don't have to explain to you at all why I killed you. You are an animal who is causing trouble. That's how he approaches Vali. He says, you are an animal and I have hunted you down and killed you. Was it correct on Rama to hide behind a tree and kill Vali or not? None of those things work here. So he says, you forcibly took over Sugriva's wife. that was wrong on your part. So I am punishing a person here. One. And I'm taking the life of an animal. That's how he behaves as a king there at that point who is going on a hunt. So that's why he refers here as Tasmin Raji. In that king, as soon as Vali Vadha is done, Hamsaja Aruddha Balaja. What is this Jayalakshmi? These are all adjectives for Jayalakshmi or Jayashri. Rama. This is the Balaja. Hamsat Jataha Hamsajaha Suryaputraha Sugrivaha. So Hamsaha also means Suryaha. So Hamsat Jataha Suryaputraha Sugrivaha, whereas Vali is Indraputraha. I kept confusing those two. Naruddham Aruddham. His Sainyam, his Balam, his army is an unstoppable army. So the son of Surya is Sugriva. Sugriva's army is unstoppable. Apratihatam. Aruddha. Aruddham Balam Sena. Aruddha Balam. So Hamsajasya Aruddham Balam. Hamsaja Ruddha Balam. Tasmat Jata. The Jayashri or the luster or the victory light has come from the army of Sugriva, which gives him that strength. Otherwise, he would not have this kind of a victory light in him. So Rama has this Jayashri, the Jayashri which was born because of the army, the unstoppable army of Sugriva. Okay. So Tasmat Janya Hamsaja Ruddha Balaja Rama. Ramayaha eva atra. Where is Rama here? Rama Ara. Everything is an adjective to this Rama here. Okay. So Bhanur Hamsas Sahasram Shuhu Tapanas Savita Ravihi. All of these are words for Surya. You've seen so many vocabulary words here. No? Another adjective for Rama, Jayashri, is Para Udara Subha or Para Udara Subha. You can take it as two words or just one word here. Bhaha Kanti, Parama, Udara, Shobhana, Bhaha. All three adjectives are for the Bha, which is Kanti, Deepti. Deepti Yukta Sa Iti. So, Deep Parama or Para, not Parama, it should be Para. Parama is the meaning for Para here. Okay, no worries. So, Para, Udara, Shobhana, Bhaha. Cha, Sa, Bha, not Bhaha. Then it becomes Bhasaha, Sakaranta Padam. We will take it as just Bha. As a Akaranta Strilinga Padam. So, Para, Udara, Shobhana, Bha becomes Parodara Subha. Shobhana ityasya Su. Dushta ityasya Dur. Dur and Su. Dus. There is a sutram where Su and Dur, Dus becomes a substitute for Shobhanam. These are all either Gati Samasa. So the other way to interpret it is Para Uttama Rama Jayashri Lakshmi. So Lakshmi who has a Kanti, or you can take it as okay. He just takes it as Kanti and does not take it as Rama here. Okay, 1 minute then. I think I'm making a mistake here. So until here, Rama Ara, Rama Prapa. So Tasmin Raji Bhaha. So Hamsaja Aruddha Balaja Bha Prakashaha Asit Ityeva. Prakashaha Udbhuta. Prakasha, not Jayalakshmi Udbhuta iti nasti. Prakashaha Udbhutaha iti. There was a Kanti, Deeptihi Udbhuta. He shined because of the victory that came to him. For the victory came to him so that he would kill Ravana later. Because victory attained him, he was shining. So the Karta here is actually Bha, not Jayalakshmi. So this is an adjective not to Hamsaja Aruddha Balaja. Is the Kanti that came from having an unstoppable army of Sugriva around him, and the Kanti, which was great, Para, which was also Udara Subha, it was extremely Utkrishtam, high Kanti, which was also beautiful. It was not an infamy, not a bad fame that he had. It was not a bad luster that he has. So it is a Para Udara Subha. Utkrishta Kanti Yukta अथवा उत्कृष्ट कांतिः एव न तु कांति युक्ता अत्र. ओके, सो उत्कृष्टा कांतिः तस्मिन् राजि अजनि जन्यते. ओके, अजनि इट केम अबाउट प्रादुर्भावः. ओके, जायते अजनि. वालिवधेन जयलक्ष्मीं प्राप्तवती सति, when he had attained Jayalakshmi or victory after Vali's killing, Sugriva Anika Labha Prayuktam Parabhikaram Paramotkristam Tejaha Samajani. So this is a description of Rama's luster here. Okay, why did I keep confusing that it was... Okay. So when victory came to Rama, there was a big luster that came in Rama, which is he had a kanti, a light. Sugriva Aneka Labha Prayuktam Paramabhikaram Tejaha. The luster is such that this is from the Vyakyanam, so I'm just explaining that also. Paramotkrishtam, it is a great luster that he had. Parabhikaram. Why is the army associated with Rama's Kanti? Why did he have such a charisma? Even though he was leading such a great army, it was an unstoppable army. People were afraid of looking at that army. It was not a normal army here. Not about Ratha, Gaja, Turaga, Patati. There was no 4 kinds of armies in Rama's army. It was filled with Vanara, Riksha. Right? There were too many animals, more animals involved in that. And so it was a very different kind of army, yet it was unstoppable. Because it is an unpredictable army in a way. You can't, they did follow Yuddha Dharmam, but at the same time, how they would attack is completely unpredictable. Right? So, Parabhikaram, it also created a fear in others. So, Tadrisha Anika Labhena Rame Api Tejaha Ajayata. Clear? Okay. Now, Yam Ramara Yatagha Viraksho Rana Varajira Nijabha Surada Ropa Jala Baddha Rujasaham. This is the Pratilomam. Here also Krishna's Tejas is described. After the Yuddham, even though he was hit by all these arrows, yet he was also shining with that Kanti, Tejas, as victory came to him. And he protected Garuda also. Okay, so that is given in this Pratiloma Padyam. Yam Rama Ara Yata Agha Viraksho Rana Vara Ajira Nijabha Surada Ropa Jala Baddha Ruja Saham. Ropa Jala Baddha Ruja Saham Yam Krishnam Yata Agha Viraksho Rana Vajira Nijabha Surada Rama Ara Saha Vim Ava. We are going to take this as a kulakam. Kulakam is a set of, I think kulaka is a technical term given to a padyam which has where the sentence is completed in 2 shlokas. Okay, I think our kulakam is associated with 3 to 7. Yugmam, not kulakam. Yugmaka is a pair, right? This is considered as a pair of shloka because of the Vyakyanam, and because there is no tatpadam here, we only have yam iti yatpadam eva vartate, so we have to connect it with the earlier shloka for the tatpadam. Let's look at the meaning of the shloka and then see where it will connect and how it will connect. Ropajala Baddha Ruja Saham. Now this is an adjective for Krishna here. Krishna who tolerated the pain even though he was bound by arrows. That is, he was completely stopped by arrows, and imagine how much of pain that should have given him. Yet he could tolerate that pain. Ropanam Bananam Jalam. Ropanama Banaha. So Jalam Samuham. So Ropajalam. Ropajalena Baddha or baddhaha saha. Baddhaha cha rujam sahate iti ruja sahaha. Ruja is also Vedana, Ruj is also Vedana, just like how we had Bas as Sakaranta and Bha as Akaranta. The same way here also, I think Akaranta Padam is also there, and you have a Jakaranta Padam also. Before I conclude, let me just check that. I think, yes, Ruja Rogaha, Stri, it is an Akaranta Padam also. So the difficulty that arises being bound by too much or being hit by many arrows. So Ropajala Baddha Rujam Sahate, one who tolerates, one who is able to undergo that pain of being hit by a lot of arrows. So that is Krishna here. That is because he cannot feel the pain at all. Then no sukham or dukkham will come and attack him. It is all only to the shariram. So Krishna is in that manner is sakshat Vishnuhu eva. Tasmat tasya kimartham deha sambaddha vishayaha tasya atmanam na badhate. Badhante. So it's not at all going to trouble him. So he can tolerate any amount of pain that comes to the body because he is a completely nitya muktaha saha. Shatru, so in the Vyakyata, Shatru Vikshipta Shara Nikara Prayukta Dukkha Sahishnu. He's also, it is the same author, right? So, Dukkha Sahishnu, one who can tolerate the Dukkham, difficulty, Prayuktam, which has come about because of Shara Nikara, the arrows, the group of arrows, which have been thrown by the Shatru. So, you don't take it as Baddham Nama, not exactly bound, but more like, he's hit by the arrows. Kalamba Margana Sharaha Patri Ropa Ishur Dvayoho. Ishuhu Dvayoho can mean Ishum, Ishu or Ishuhu. Ishuhu can be in both Strilingam and it can be in Napunsakalinga also. When you have Dvayoho, you have to look at the context of Amarakosha and figure out which two genders will apply to these things. Because the rest are all Kalambaha, Marganaha. Marganaha is that which searches for its target. Searches for its target is called Margana. So Sharaha, an arrow, is a Margana. Patri, that which has feathers at the end of it, so it can fly. So it has a lot of feathers at the end, like a paper plane that we throw, no? So Ropaha also means a Bana arrow. So Ropajala Baddha Rujasaham Yam Shri Krishnam Rama Ara. Now that's where it's going to connect to. Kidrishi Rama, how is this Tejas or Lakshmi or victory? Yatagha, one who does not have any dosham. Yatam, ya gati, ya gatau iti dhatu asti, yati yataha yanti iti. So yata, that which has gone completely, there is no dosham at all. There is no mistake because it was a very proper war that he waged. As I told you, Indra was willing to hit on Garuda, right? But Garuda waged a very proper war by fighting directly with the Airavata. That is why the Jayam that Krishna got was also without any dosham, without any mistakes. So, Yatagha, Viraksho Rana Varajira. By whom? By the victory who had made the entire battlefield without any Rakshasa. Rakshasa here means there was nobody who was willing to kill at random. So in this battle there was no Rakshasas, not the Rakshasa that we are talking about, but by attitude there was no Rakshasa iti. So they killed all the enemies. So Vikatani Rakshamsi Yasmat tat Virakshaha Varam cha tat Ajiram. So these are adjectives for the Ajiram or the Anganam, Rana Anganam, the battlefield area. Anganam nama courtyard or ஒரு வெட்டவெளி மாதிரி சொல்லுவோம் தமிழ்ல. அதாவது it's the front yard that we have or a courtyard that we have in a palace. That portion is called an Anganam or an Ajiram. Here in this reference we take it as the battlefield. Okay, so Varam Ajiram nama, it is a great battlefield. which is now devoid of any bad people, evil people. Vigata Rakshasam. So Ranasya Varajiram, Rana Varajiram. So Yuddha Anganam, Sreshta Anganam iti. So Virakshaha Rana Varajiram Yayasa, by whom this battlefield was made without any Rakshasas. So that is this victory, Rama, Jayashri iti. Astriyam, if it is not in Strilinga Padam, then you can have these words for Rana or battle. Samara, Anika, Ranaha, Kalahaha, Vigrahaha. These are all words for battle. Anganam Nama Chatvara Ajire. Anganam can mean any place in the middle where 4 roads meet, which is a Chatvara. Or Ajiram is the front yard or courtyard in a palace or a big building, huge buildings. Nijabha. Nija here means Avinashini, that which does not have any Nasha. She has a Kanti which does not. So Deeptihi Yayasa, by whom there is a Kanti lustre in Krishna, because it is that Krishna, in Krishna this lustre is Avinashi. He is ever victorious. There is no point in Krishna's Charitam where he has lost. So he is an ever victorious person. So he always has that Kanti of victory. Nijabha. So Nijau Swiya Avinashino. It also means Nijam. Mama. Nija Pustakam Anaya. Bring your own book. So for that also we use the word Nija. Avinashini, Nija means Swaswarupam. I think it comes probably from that. Maybe when you say Nija Rupam, Nija Swarupam, our true nature is Brahman, which is eternal, which does not get destroyed. It's my own conception here. I don't know if that is why the word Nija has the meaning of Avinashini. But yeah. So Nijabha. Surada, it is also a victory which kills, which destroys the devas. Surana Dhyati Khandayati iti Surada Rama. Rama Jayalakshmihi Yam Prapa, Yam Krishnam Prapa. Now here it doesn't describe Krishna's tejas, but it describes Krishna attaining victory here. Yam Ara. We are still in the Yat Padam. That is why the Vyakhyata connects it with the earlier shloka and says Saha Garutmantam Vim Ava. Saha Tadrishaha Krishnaha Garudam Raraksha iti Purvena Anvayaha. So it becomes a Yugmaka shloka. Okay. So Anuloma Padye Ramasya Tejo Varnanam. So Vali Vadhe Atmanam Raja iti Matva. Ramaha Valim Ahanat Tadanantaram Adhuna Dashagrivasya Shirachedaya Jayalakshmihi Tam Prapa. So for the removal of Ravana's head, victory approached Raja, and in him Sa Jayashrihi iti Maya Uktam Atratu. I think I need to change the Bhavartha. I'll correct it and put it up. So it should be Sa Kantihi Utkrishta Asit, Sukantihi cha Asit, Shobhana Asit. And then Surya Putrasya Sugrivasya Apratihate Sainnye Sa Abhutiti Maya Uktam. I think that completely is wrong here. I'll change it. So you can take it as Surya Putrasya Sugrivasya Sainyasya Labhat Rame Evam Utkrishta Sukantihi Jata Ityeva. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking there. I'll change the whole thing and put it up again. It will be uploaded in the website with the proper version of it. So in Rama, there arose a Kanti because of the unstoppable army of Sugriva which came to him after Vali's killing, and this army gave him a lustre. The killing of Vali paved the way for the killing of Ravana. This is Anuloma Padyam. In the Prataloma Padyam, Krishnasya Tejo Varnanam or Krishnasya Jayalakshmi Prapti Varnanam. Okay. So Saha Rane Sharaihi Baddhaha Bhut Ropajala Baddha Ruja Saham. Even then there was a Vedana that was there. He was not even bothered by that Vedana. Taya Vedanaya na badhitaha asit. Okay. And then Tadrisha Jayashrihi tam prapa. Okay. How is this Jayashrihi now or Jayalakshmi victory? Dosha rahita asit anagha or yatagha. And it was also in a bhumi where rakshasas were not present. So yatra tatra bhumau tu rakshasaha na asan. She is also nitya deepti yukta and suran khandayati. So this victory had an indestructible light. It also destroyed the devas. Such a Krishna protected Garuda. Is that clear? So now any questions for both the first one and the second one? Yes, we did. I checked in the beginning itself. So I discussed the Bhavartha for 24th shloka in the beginning. So you can, if you have missed the class, you can go over the recording. Namaste Mohoday. Yes. Shankari.
Namaste Mohoday. एकं तु प्रद्युम्न अनिरुद्धयोः कथा.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
अहं भागवते एवं पठितवती. 55 अध्यायः अनन्तरं 62 इति चिन्तयामि दशमस्कन्धे. प्रद्युम्नः तु मन्मथस्य अवतारः. शम्बरासुरः प्रद्युम्नः वैरीति अपहृत्य सः समुद्रे क्षिप्त्वा गच्छति. कश्चन धीवरः तं बालं कश्चन मीनः गिलति. धीवरः कश्चन तं मीनं प्राप्य सः तु शम्बरासुरस्य कृते उपायनरूपेण तं मीनं यच्छति. शम्बरासुरस्य गृहे एव मायावती इति रतीदेव्याः अवतारः. सा एतं बालं स्वीकृत्य वर्धयति. सा तु मायाविनी अस्ति. अनन्तरं तं तत्र कृष्णस्य द्वारकां प्रति सा आनयति. तेन सह विवाहं करोति. प्रद्युम्नः शम्बरासुरवधं करोति. पुनः प्रद्युम्नस्य पुत्रः अनिरुद्धः. उषा तु भवती यथा उक्तवती देव्याः
ஓகே அப்பாடா என்ன கன்ஃபியூஷன் ஆயிடுதுன்னு பார்த்தேன். சரி சொல்லுங்க. பட் இதுல வந்து see in Devi Bhagavatam there is this confusion about Pradyumniங்கிறது is प्रद्युम्नस्य पुत्रः अनिरुद्धः. நான் கரெக்ட்டா தானே சொன்னேன்னு பார்த்தேன்.
भवती सम्यक् उक्तवती. प्राद्युम्नः एव इति उक्तवती. द्वितीयवारकथनसमये जड्दि तत्र प्रायः
I got confused. Too many stories. Sorry.
अनिरुद्धः उषा तु बाणासुरस्य पुत्री. तस्याः स्वप्ने अनिरुद्धस्य दर्शनं भवति. अतः सा चित्रलेखां वदति. चित्रलेखा तस्याः सखी तां वदति एवं मम स्वप्ने कश्चन आसीत् इति. कृत्वा चित्रलेखा चित्रं रचयति. एषः एव इति यदा सा वदति. चित्रलेखा तु योगिनी अस्ति. सा द्वारकातः पर्यङ्कसहितम् अनिरुद्धम् उषायाः प्रकोष्ठं प्रति आनयति. पुनः एवं पुत्र्याः किमपि एतदस्ति इति बाणासुरः ज्ञात्वा क्षम्यताम् अनिरुद्धं बध्नाति. अनिरुद्धस्य बन्धनं ज्ञात्वा कृष्णः आगत्य युद्धं करोति. तत्रैव एवं बाणासुर युद्धः बाणासुरयुद्धं क्षम्यताम्. शिवः विष्णुना सह अथवा कृष्णेन सह प्रद्युम्नः कुमारेण सह एवं सर्वं युद्धवर्णनं भवति. ज्वर
that is more popular. भागवते तु यद् विद्यते तत्तु सर्वैः पठितमेव भवेत् इत्येव मया चिन्तितम्. अतः हरिवंशपुराणात् उक्तं, शिवपुराणे अपि वर्तते. तस्मात् तद्रूपेण उक्तं मया.
ज्वरः शैवज्वरः वैष्णवज्वरः एवं सर्वं युद्धं सम्यक् भवति तत्र. अन्ततो गत्वा भवती यथा उक्तवती तथा एवं समाधानं
So my
भवति।
confusion was solved now. So it is.
भवत्याः इति न, मम मम बहुवारम् अहम् एवं कन्फ्यूषन् प्राप्तवती इति कारणेन पौनःपुन्येन तद् पठितवती, अतः
Okay.
स्मरामि, नो चेत्
Okay. So the first what I started off was correct. So it was Aniruddha who married Usha. Okay. Done. But I
पुनः
just confused some story.
कृष्णदेवरायः
हाँ
महोदय,
हाँ
कृष्णदेवरायः उषापरिणयनम् इति ग्रन्थं लिखितवान्। जाम्बवती कल्याणम् इति, अनन्तरम् आमुक्तमाल्यदा
correct.
इति। अहं तमिळ् भाषया यदा बाल्ये पठितवती, जम्बावती कल्याण, आङ्ग्लभाषया पठितवती, जम्बावती कल्याणं किमपि पठितवती तदानीम्। आमुक्तमाल्यदा इति न अवगच्छति, किमपि आङ्ग्लभाषया DA सर्वं भवति किल, आमुक्तमाल्यदा किमपि पठितवती। इदानीम् अवगच्छामि संस्कृतपठनात् परम्, आमुक्तमाल्यदा इति गोदा।
Satyam. One who gave her Malyam to Vishnu.
तद् कृष्णदेवरायः इति महाराजः लिखितवान् इति।
Jambavati Parinayam. Yes. Usha Parinayam is also put up as Bhagavata Mela. It's very popular in Bhagavata Mela. Salemangalam and Melattur Bhagavata Mela. It's very popular.
ओ एवं, धन्यवादः।
Just like Prahlada Charitam, they also do Usha Parinayam.
ओ इदं रोपः इति दृष्ट्वा रोप् अनन्तरं निज इति तमिळ् भाषायापि नजम्मा सोल्रिया इति पृच्छामः। इदानीं भवतः तात्पर्यं सम्यक् अस्ति, सत्यम् इति ब्रह्मम् इति अर्थः अवगम्यते।
तस्माद् अविनाशी इति वर्तते।
धन्यवादः।
You have a question? Yeah. Namaste. Gomati Mode?
Yeah, I was going to tell the same story, but I was fascinated by Shankari's narration. So that's all. I don't have anything to add to it. Thank you so much.
Okay, super. Thank you. Thank you so much. I get confused with the names and the stories sometimes. But yeah. Okay, I think there are no more questions. We'll finish with the Mangala Shloka. रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमस्ते। Thank you.